Sociologists, like any scientists, need a plan when they set out to study the social world. They use research methods as their blueprint, guiding them in how to collect and analyze data. These methods help them gain insights into human behavior, relationships, and cultures. Sociologists choose from a variety of methods, including surveys, field research, experiments, and secondary data analysis, each with its own strengths and weaknesses. One of the most widely used methods is the survey. Surveys involve collecting data from people by asking them a series of questions. These questions can be presented in a questionnaire or during an interview. The goal is to gather information about people's behaviors, opinions, and attitudes. Surveys are popular because they can reach a large number of people and provide a sense of anonymity for respondents. There are different types of data that sociologists collect. Quantitative data is anything that can be expressed as a number or statistic, such as age or income. Qualitative data, on the other hand, includes things like stories, opinions, and observations. Sociologists also distinguish between primary data, which they collect themselves, and secondary data, which has been collected by someone else. Surveys are particularly useful for collecting quantitative data. For example, a sociologist might use a survey to study the relationship between education level and income. The survey could ask respondents about their highest level of education and their annual income, providing numerical data that can be analyzed to identify patterns and correlations. Like all research methods, surveys have their advantages and disadvantages. One major advantage is that they can be used to collect data from a large sample of people, making the results more representative of the population. Surveys also allow for anonymity, which can encourage people to answer honestly about sensitive topics. Additionally, surveys are relatively easy to administer and can be cost-effective, especially when conducted online. However, surveys also have limitations. One issue is that the questions may not always capture the complexity of people's experiences. Respondents may also interpret questions differently, leading to inconsistent answers. Another limitation is that surveys rely on self-reported data, which can be subject to biases such as social desirability bias, where people answer in a way that they think is more socially acceptable. To illustrate how surveys are used in sociological research, consider a study on political attitudes among young adults. A researcher might create a survey asking young people about their views on various political issues, their voting behavior, and their level of political engagement. The survey could be distributed online or in person, and the data collected could be analyzed to understand the factors that influence young adults' political beliefs and behaviors. When designing a survey, it's important to carefully consider the questions being asked and the way they are worded. Questions should be clear, concise, and unbiased to avoid influencing respondents' answers. It's also important to ensure that the survey is accessible to everyone in the target population, taking into account factors such as language, literacy, and disability. In conclusion, surveys are a valuable tool for sociological research, allowing researchers to collect data from large samples and explore a wide range of social phenomena. While surveys have limitations, their strengths make them an essential method for understanding the social world. By carefully designing and administering surveys, sociologists can gain valuable insights into human behavior and social patterns.